How are you? Hope you're good. So today I just wanted to sit down with you for a tiny bit, hopefully, and talk about Crown of Midnight. This is gonna be a spoiler review because I realized I don't really have a lot of things to say in a non-spoilery way, so yeah. So if you haven't read this book, please don't watch it. I have not read any of the further books, so please don't spoil me with anything that is yet to happen in these books because this is as far as I went at this point in time. So that being said, also there's not gonna be any spoilers from my end because obviously I don't know any. I'm hoping this is gonna be just a very chill chat with you guys because I have not written any notes and I have not prepared this, and I just wanna sit down and speak for a short while with you about this book. I also have cold orange juice because oh my god, it's boiling. Okay, so when I started reading this book, I didn't actually remember that many things about the first one. I remember that she, you know, like became the king's assassin, although that was it was fairly obvious that she's gonna do that either way, so that was a little bit interesting that they meant to like keep the suspense or whatever. From my understanding, this book was mainly, what was the point of this book? You know, one thing that I will say though is that I was not aware. Obviously it was sort of like a given spoiler because people were really irresponsibly throwing sentences such as Selena or whatever her actual name is, and I'm just like, dude, I haven't read that far. So I was previously spoiled for the fact that she is gonna have like a second name. Obviously there was like the Lost Queen of Terrasen or whatever you pronounce that, so I knew that's gonna be her. So that was a little bit sad because I have been spoiled. I think people think it's because it's only a second book in the series that it's okay to sort of say these things, which I sort of understand if you started with the series when they came out, because this is like years ago. I don't know, so I got spoiled for that. But obviously, but what I did not know was that she actually knew who she was. I thought it's gonna be the whole thing of like she just not knowing, but apparently she knew, because I thought the whole like secrecy with like Elena showing up and telling her all the secrets and codes and giving her puzzles to solve in, you know, her free time as a hobby. I thought that was gonna be leading towards her realizing that, or someone telling her that she is the Lost Queen, but apparently she knew already, so that's kind of interesting. I'm digging the novelty of this because I was so certain. I always thought that this is gonna be quite a predictable book, so I'm very glad to be surprised. Cole maybe. Cole is such a sweetheart, and I felt so sad for him and so bad. It was like the love story in this book, even though there is supposed to be like a love triangle, but the love story in this specific Crown of Midnight book, I loved it. But it was so sad, and I was so sad and angry that it didn't actually work out for them. I was frustrated at both of them, but I mean, when she attacked him and she scratched him and she wanted to like hurt him and murder him, one thing I will say though, like I'm just sitting here thinking of how do I explain the whole book, like what actually happened. Nothing really. Like it really like nothing happened. The whole story is, I don't see a specific plot for this book. I know mainly it's probably her realizing that the king has the stone or the key, the wired key, the word key, I never know how to pronounce that, so let's just call it the key from now on. So he has two probably keys, and I think that was the main thing that we needed to get from this book, that the king, this is how the king is actually ruling, and that he is banishing the magic but actually he's just absorbing it for himself, sort of thing. Because, you know, that king though, like, I have negative feelings towards that dude. He's really annoying. It's scary as well. It's a good character, I like him. I don't know much about him though, but I like him. We know that she's actually Fae, or that she shifts between being Fae and not Fae, and then also Nehemia dying. That was sad. But that was the only spoiler that I was actually spoiled on Instagram by someone accidentally spoiling that to me because he thought that I read the series when I haven't. So that was extremely sad, although I wasn't as sad because I was getting very pissed off with her. This is probably a very very unpopular opinion, but she really annoyed me. She was so bossy and she was clearly not telling her anything, and she was just secretive. And whilst I do really admired her in the first book, in this book she sort of got on my nerves. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I was like, can you just stop being sneaky and just actually speak to her? She was very manipulative. I still think she was badass and she was doing what she thought needs to be done, but this doesn't stop her getting on my nerves. There were some really fine bits and there were some really funny bits, and I really enjoyed it. And the scene, I was just really so sad that Kale and Selena just had this like very short moment of time to just be together and just be in love. And when she did this surprise party for him on, well, not party, but a surprise thing, birthday surprise, that there we go, on the rooftop, that was just so I wished I was Paul at that moment. They were so good together and they were so happy, and I was just so sad that it all went to shit. There were some really well written bits as well, I think. Just like very cinematographic. Remember that singer that she was singing about things that she was not supposed to sing, and everyone just thought like, oh, the king let it slide. Like, I sort of knew he's not gonna let it slide, and she got executed afterwards. And when the scene when she was getting executed and how she was speaking about all the things that the king basically robbed her of and all the people that he killed, that was very well written, I think. Another really great scene between Kale and Selena, I think, it was when they were dancing, because that was just, I also thought Selena was such a badass when she went to rescue Kale. She just slaughtered everyone. She was like a shadow dancer of some sort, and she was just like, and she was badass. She was just incredibly badass. You know what was probably the saddest part, which is not gonna surprise you because it's concerning the Fleetfoot dog, kept waiting for Nehemia to come back, and that was just the saddest thing ever. It really reminded me of the Futurama dog, you know, when it's waiting for Fry, and it's just so sad. I hate when animals are involved. Like, I do love that she has a dog. It really brings the story to life, and it's nice. I like when animals are involved, but I hate it at the same time because it breaks my heart every single time. And when it got injured, I legitimately was saying no, 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 no when I was reading it, you know, in that basement. It cannot happen. This cannot happen. But I'm glad that the dog is okay. But I enjoyed it. I'm not one for like massive plots. I really enjoyed the characters and everything, so I wasn't too bothered about it. Cole though is sending Selena somewhere south or whatever, and she tells him the clue, and then he figures it out, and now he knows, and she knows, and we know. So I'm excited to see what's gonna happen, although I'm very sad to be leaving that place because now I feel like I'll have to learn new characters and get involved with them. I'm hoping maybe she's not gonna stay there for long and then come back or something, because I need them. I need the characters back because I don't care about the other ones. That's why I grab series, because I want to be involved with the characters that I'm already caring for. I don't want to learn about other ones in the faraway lands. I probably will end up loving some of them, but you know. So I'm excited to grab the second one. I think that's all the thoughts that I generally have. I don't really know what I'm saying here. There were not a lot of deep thoughts in this video, were there? But I just thought I'll sit down and speak about this book with you. Please don't spoil anything beyond this book, because I haven't read it. And let me know what your thoughts are, and if you want to point out anything. I hope you enjoyed this semi-weird, pointless video of mine. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I will speak to you very soon. Bye!